चलो अब ठीक है सब।
जी सर।
अच्छा, टुडे व्हाट हैपेंड? क्यों नहीं दिख रहा है? I want to just share the screen. Uh, so far we have already discussed the different type of drawing. We have already discussed the different type of drawing techniques which are generally used for the drying of fruits and vegetables. We have already discussed cabinet dryer. We have discussed tunnel dryer, and another one is belt dryer. We have already used this one, rotary dryer and wind dryer, or we have also already used grain dryer.
Yes.
So now we are discussing today about the different drying techniques of for the almost for the using utilization of also of the milk and milk product. So here we are using drum drying. Drum drying we have already discussed also in BTech courses also, and that is just drum is actually one type of cylindrical drum that is actually rotating about the horizontal axis, and material is actually dried, which is actually spread on the surface. So in the case of just we can say the milk is actually preferably concentrated, and in case of drum drying we are actually concentrating. Suppose you are going to manufacture the juices, or you can going to concentrate for the manufacture of milk powder. You are actually concentrating the milk. Suppose milk, then the total solid is in the total solid is 16 to 18%, 16 to 20% total solid. So the milk is concentrated and is applied in a thin. I will see you the pictures. You can also see the picture, different type of that is actually applied on the film, a smooth surface, and continuously on of the continuously rotating on steam, and rotating steam heated metal drum. The drum may be of roller, may be horizontal, vertical, depending upon the configuration of the plant. And the film is dried continuously, and that is actually scraped up. That is actually removed by the doctor's blade or a stationary knife located opposite to the application of the mill. The mill film in the form of seed has to be ground, and they are actually sieved in order to get the uniform size of powder particles. So that is actually drying. We are actually heat from the condensing steam inside the drum. So drum is actually heated, and there through the metal thickness of the drum, adhere product, then feeding of the product. Deep feeding of the product in the different place feeders, deep feeders or pendulum feeders. So you have already, then you can see in drum drying क्या होता है, the totals, we are actually concentrating the milk in the generally in the range of 16 to 20% total solid. Suppose you have to concentrate the juice to make it in powder, then you can also concentrate the juice in 16 to 18% total solid. Whereas in case of spray drying, the concentration is different. But in case of drum drying, we are just concentrating, then actually applied on the drum which is already heated, steam heated, having temperature around 150 degrees centigrade to 160 degrees centigrade. We can apply it on the surface of the drum, and they are actually rotating, and 1/3 of the rotation, they become dried and they are continuously scraped by the stationary knife or you can say doctor's blade, and they are actually removed, which is actually situated in the opposite direction, and they are collected, and after collection they are actually present in the form of sheet, and they are actually broken, and they are actually passed through a different sieving size, generally 30 mesh size or 20 mesh size is actually filtration is being done. So removal of the product, the scraper or doctor's blade, you can keep in the angle of 15 to 30 degrees centigrade. Sorry, 15 to 30 degrees, so that we can get the maximum collection of the sheet. Here you can see drum drying. Drum drying may be single. Here we are using single drum and double drum, twin drum, or even vacuum drum. So single drum, here you can see the drum which is already steam heated. This is the doctor's blade, you can say doctor blades, which are actually mounted here, and the feed tray you can say, and just a single drum dryer with a deep feed. This is example of single dryer. Now we can see the double dryer. This is the double drum. This is you can see. Have you visited NDRI, Rajkumar?
No, sir.
Have you visited the experimental dairy where the drum drying plant is situated in the experimental dairy, just for drying the or making the milk gulab jamun powder? That is actually mostly used for the manufacture of gulab jamun powder. So this type of double twin drum is actually being used in the different only 3 or 4 plants only remain in the India. So we can see here that two drums are actually mounted, and there is a provision of knives, you can see here, and this is the pendulum feed pump pipe, and this is the knife, you can see here, and conveyor, they are actually that is actually rotating, and when we completed the almost 3/4 of the rotation, then the milk becomes dried, that is in the form of sheet, or by the doctor's blade they are actually scrapped. So these things, the drum drying. Then you can say the you can see here the drum drying. This is the plant which is actually available in NDRE experimental dairy plants, and you can see here that both drum are rotating in opposing directions, and the doctor's blade is actually rotated here. You can see, and the product is actually collected here, and then that is actually collected in the bags, plastic bags or carry bags, and then they are actually grinded, and after grinding they are actually sieved, or then they can use for marketing. So drum drying, the material of that drum may be of steel, maybe of alloy steel or stainless steel, cast iron, chrome, nickel plated steels. So तो ये कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन generally we are preferring stainless steel because they are easy to they are actually not allow the any क्या कहता है rusting or any type of easy to clean also, and there is less contamination, so that is why we are using stainless steel. So there may be, earlier they are actually cast iron, they are also alloy of steel, they are also use क्या कहता है nickel or chrome plated steel. So cast iron is usually used previously, but nowadays we are using stainless steel, or metal used for knives should also be softer than that used for the drum. It should be kept in mind that the metal used for the knife should be softer than the use of the drum. Another one is that double drum dryer. Atmospheric dryer is most commonly are essentially the same at atmospheric unit, except the drum are enclosed so that vacuum can be pulled on the product dryer, product during drying. So you can also see the vacuum drum. You already know the advantage of vacuum. So here we can get the product with the minimum damage of the nutrients, minimum damage of the protein, minimum damage of the minerals. So vacuum is just also getting, by using vacuum drying, we can also getting the we also overcome the cook flavor defect. Cook flavor defect, because when we use atmospheric pressure, there may be chances of cook flavor in the dried products. When we use drum drying, either we can use twin methods or double dryer, so we can getting the, so we can getting the uh, best product when we get vacuum drying, when we apply vacuum drying. So what are the advantages of vacuum drying? You can say the cost of capital cost is very low, and the operating cost with respect to, particularly with the spray drying, that is very low. And we can say the plant is movable and occupies, you can already know that that requires very less floor area, that is situated even in a low floor area. And the plant is easy to handle, so there is no need of very skilled person. So we can easily, this is the beauty, and this is best suited for the small quantity of milk, and we can get the milk powder at economical cost. And the main things that when we dry the product by using drum drying, the keeping quality of that powder, milk powder, is high in comparison to the spray drying. So these are the advantages of the drum drying. And what are the disadvantages? That the disadvantage of milk powder, that is actually we are getting the milk powder with low solubility. But in case of spray drying, we are getting the higher solubility in the case of spray drying. Here by using a drum drying, we can get only low solubility of the milk powder. And another disadvantage is that there may be definitely chance of cook flavor. Cook flavor may be appear in the case of drum drying, but we can overcome this defect with the spray drying. Another one is another advantage is that the cost, I already told you, the cost of manufacture is very less in comparison to spray drying. So here drum dimension and operating parameters. We already know what is the diameter, preferable diameter of the drum drying. Diameter, it may be 500 to 1500 mm, and the length of the drum may be 1000 to 3000 mm. What is the thickness of the drum? That is 20 to 40 mm. The product thickness 0.1 to 0.5 mm. What is the speed of the drum? The speed of the drum may be, in case of drum drying, we are generally 14 to 20 RPM is sufficient. But depending upon the product, the revolution rate may be 5 to 30 RPM. The steam pressure generally 120 to 162. But in case of milk powder, drying of milk powder or gulab jamun powder, we are maintaining the temperature 150 degrees centigrade. What will be the steam pressure? Steam pressure is generally 29 to 100 psi. And specific heat consumption 3000 to 3500 kilojoule per kg of water. 1 kg of water required 3000 to 3500 kilojoule. Another specific heat consumption 1.3 to 1.5 gram, 1.5 kg steam just for removing 1 kg of water. The specific water evaporation 10 to 30 kg water per meter square, है ना. तो this is actually collected from Kessler book of Kessler. Another one is that spray drying. So you already know that this is very much popular method of drying, and you must see almost all dairy plants, they are actually using spray drying for the drying of milk or milk product. Even we are using different type of juices for drying the juices, or different even in coffee, we are actually using this method in a big way. And you already know that what is the principle of the spray drying. You already know that क्या होता है इसमें स्प्रे ड्राइंग में, राजकुमार. हाँ राजकुमार,
जी सर।
हाँ बताओ, स्प्रे ड्राइंग में क्या होता है, पढ़े हो ना.
फाइन ड्रॉपलेट में।
हाँ बीटेक में पढ़े हो, बताओ कुछ. हम्म क्या होता है स्प्रे ड्राइंग में. अरे भाई अपना प्लांट देखे हो सब चीज, तब भी कुछ तो बताओ. इन स्प्रे ड्राइंग क्या होता है, जस्ट हिंदी में ही बोल रहा हूँ. सबसे पहले क्या करते हैं हम, मिल्क इज एक्चुअली concentrated by using multiple effect evaporator. Either you visit Nalanda dairy, or you have also visit Baroni dairy or Patna dairy. We are just concentrating the milk, having total solid 42 to 46% depending upon either you are making whole milk or powder or semi powder. Just we are concentrating the milk by using multiple effect evaporator. Then that concentrated milk is actually pass through the atomizer, है ना. That is atomizer, and that atomizer is actually, है ना, rotating at the speed of 30,000 rpm per second, है ना. सोचो कितना स्पीड से घूमता है, और वो इतना तेज से घूमता है कि जो उसका ड्रॉपलेट बनता है, वो ड्रम के, जो वैक्यूम ड्रम है हमारा, वो नीचे जब तक पहुंचता है ना, दे एक्चुअली सिलेंडर द मॉइस्चर, और नीचे क्या लगाता है, कन्वेयर लगा है, और वहां से वो सक करता है ना पाउडर को, और कंटिन्यूसली प्रोसेस चलता है, वो कंटिन्यूसली सक करता है, और वो कन्वेयर से फिर कहाँ जाता है, साइक्लोन में, है ना. और जो भारी वाला पाउडर है वो नीचे वी आर एक्चुअली कलेक्टिंग, और जो जो पार्टिकल जो हम लोग साइक्लोन यूज करते हैं तो मिनिमम लॉस ऑफ क्या कहता है, मिल्क मिल्क पाउडर. तो जो ज्यादा हल्का होता है, बहुत ही स्लाइट हल्का होता है, बहुत कम हल्का, बहुत जो हल्का होता है वो फिर थोड़ा सा उड़ जाता है. बाकी वी कैन, जितना नंबर ऑफ साइक्लोन हम बढ़ाएंगे उतना ज्यादा रिकवरी पाउडर का हमारा ज्यादा होगा. इसलिए हम we can also able to recover more than 99.5% of the powder. तो उसमें क्या होता है कि स्प्रे ड्राइंग में हमें क्या क्या चीज की जरूरत है, जस्ट वी आर हैव टू मल्टीपल इफेक्ट फेब्रेटर एंड ड्रम क्या कहता है, स्प्रे ड्राइंग यूनिट. Just that is also we can maintain the so the basic principle of spray drying consists is atomizing the milk, है ना, which is already preheated or concentrated to form a spray of very minute droplet, fog like mist, which are directed into a large drying chamber where they mix with the hot air, having temperature. कितना टेम्परेचर होता है करीब बताओ, 184 से लेके 225, 30, 252 तक, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन किस तरह का प्रोडक्ट हम करते हैं. और बिकॉज ऑफ लार्ज सरफेस एरिया, जो पार्टिकल है बहुत छोटा छोटा ड्रॉपलेट में आ रहा है, और ड्रम का साइज देखो कितना बड़ा होता है, तो बिग सरफेस एरिया में एक्सपोज होता है. और जब तक इतना उसका डिजाइन ऐसा किया जाता है कि जो ड्रॉपलेट है वो ऊपर से गिरे और नीचे आने तक वो एकदम कंप्लीट मॉइस्चर रिमूव हो जाए उसमें से. और उसके बाद क्या करते हैं हम, है ना, उसको इंस्टेंटली वी आर एक्चुअली कलेक्टिंग, और वी आर कंटिन्यूसली रिमूव द पाउडर, है ना, तो इसलिए उसमें लगा रहता है, वो सक करते रहता है उसको, और उसको खींच करके साइक्लोन की ओर ले जाता है, और जो भारी है वो नीचे हम कलेक्ट कर लेते हैं, है ना। तो वी कैन हियर सी द व्हाट आर द different principal component of spray drying. We must require air supply, we must require air filter, we must require air filter for hotting the air disperser, which is required to get uniform dispersion of hot air in the chamber. Atomizer that is actually required to spray the to make the very small particle size of the liquid, and they also require drying chambers so that they can surrender the moisture in a large surface area, and also powder separation unit. So these are the components which actually required. और ऑलरेडी एटोमाइजर ऑफ लिक्विड फीड इनटू ए फाइन ड्रॉपलेट्स, क्या काम है उसका, फाइन ड्रॉपलेट्स में कन्वर्ट करना। ऑटोमाइजर जस्ट लाइक झरना जैसे है हमारा, उसी तरह से है ना, मिक्सिंग ऑफ दीज स्प्रे ड्रॉपलेट्स with the heating gas stream, allowing the liquid to evaporate and leave the dry solid. Dry powder is separated from the gas stream and collected. So these are the principal components which is actually required for the spray drying. Here we can see here, this is the just diagram. We can clearly understand the drying process of the milk. Similarly, you can see here, this is the typical diagram of spray drying. Just practical, just like lab model. You can see here that air is actually passed through the heater, and the air is actually dispersed, and you can see here we are collecting the liquid feed, that is we can get the concentrated milk, preheated and concentrated milk. You can say having total solid 42%. So we are actually passed through this atomizer, है ना. We can use atomizer. There may be different type of, you already know different type of atomizer, and we are using rotary type here. So rotary type atomizer, just they are rotating at a speed of 30,000 to 50,000 RPM, and they are actually disperse the milk into a very small, very minute or fine droplets, and they are actually comes on the surface, and we can actually we are also employed that they suck the powder, and they are actually comes pneumatic conveying lines. You can see here pneumatic conveying line. They actually suck the dry powders and comes into the cyclone. Here cyclone, they are also one type of centrifugal type of forces. They are actually employed. You are installed here. So on the basis of a specific gravity or heavier particle is actually collected, solid product is collected here, and the very small small density or small particle, they are actually exhausted, that is actually removed from the cyclone. So this way we can actually dry the product by the using a spray drying. So another one is you can see here the other diagram. So here you can see here the feed, which is already concentrated of protosolid around 42 degrees centigrade, and also preheated, because you already know that if we not preheat the milk concentrate, then they required higher energy, or there may be also required there is a loss of heat. So here we can use the pump, and from that we are send through atomizer, and the atomizer send into the drying chamber, where we are actually maintain partial vacuum. कितना vacuum होता है ड्रम ड्राइंग ऐसी स्प्रे ड्राइंग में? हाँ बताओ
क्या सर?
कितना वैक्यूम मेंटेन करते हैं? तब बीटेक में पढ़े हो ना. और जो उसका जो ऑटोमाइजर होता है, किस चीज का, कौन सा मटेरियल का बना होता है? इसे तो पढ़े हो बीटेक में. टंगस्टन कार्बाइड किसका बना होता है? टंगस्टन कार्बाइड का, है ना. वो बहुत ही मतलब स्ट्रांग होता है। और जो हम लोग और ऑटोमाइजर जो है 3 तरह का होता है, पढ़े हो? भूल गए? और हम लोग जो इसमें मेंटेन करते हैं 30,000 से 50,000, इसका स्पीड जो ऑटोमाइजर जो है वो 30,000 से 50,000। और ये सब पर्पस है, केवल हमको जैसे मान लो ये फ्यूल है, हम लोग जैसे एयर को फिल्टर करके फर्नेस में दिए, और वो यहाँ से हॉट एयर दिया, इधर से फीड पंप आया, है ना। और यहाँ पे देखो फैन भी लगा हुआ है, और उसके बाद यहाँ पे एक कन्वेयर से सक करके साइक्लोन में गया, और जो हल्का है वो बाहर उड़ गया, है ना। इस तरह से दूसरा भी हमारा काम करता है। ठीक है।
जी सर।
हाँ, और आगे जो हमारा जो है जो हम लोग इसमें इनलेट एयर का जो टेम्परेचर होता है 149 से 260 डिग्री टेम्परेचर रखते हैं। और हम लोग जो है जो बाहर एग्जॉस्ट का इनलेट का रखते हैं 149 से 260 के बीच। और जो नीचे जो इनलेट होता है वो 100 से 105 डिग्री सेंटीग्रेड टेम्परेचर रखते हैं। और वी कैन एक्चुअली वी कैन also relative humidity ranges from quite low, that is 3 to 4%, है ना। और ड्रम ड्रायर ड्रायर स्प्रे ड्रायर होगा, देयर मे बी वर्टिकल, हॉरिजॉन्टल, रेक्टेंगुलर, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द जो क्या है उसका हमारा प्लांट में किस तरह का इंस्टॉल हो सकता है। उसी तरह से हमारा जो प्रोडक्ट रिकवरी है वो हमारा सेपरेशन ऑफ एयर और जो प्रोडक्ट होता है उसको हम लोग करते हैं। उसके बाद हम लोग आते हैं ये स्प्रे ड्राइंग का जैसे बताया, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट टाइप का एयर सप्लाई है, एयर फिल्टर है, एयर हीटर है, एयर डिस्पर्सर है, वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस। हाँ, तो हमने बताया कि एक्चुअली एटोमाइजर दैट इज वन टाइप ऑफ इक्विपमेंट दैट ब्रेक्स द बल्क लिक्विड इनटू ए वेरी स्मॉल फाइन ड्रॉपलेट्स फॉर्मिंग ए स्प्रे, है ना। क्या फंक्शन है? ए हाई सरफेस टू मास रेशियो रिजल्टिंग इन हाई इवोपरेशन रेट, प्रोडक्शन ऑफ पार्टिकल ऑफ द डिजायर्ड शेप, साइज एंड डेंसिटी, है ना। तो वही हमारा है कि लार्ज सरफेस एरिया में वो मिलता है, जिसके चलते क्या होता है, हाई इवोपरेशन रेट होता है, दे आर एक्चुअली ड्राई, then the residence time of the milk droplet is very less than 1 second, है ना। और different type of atomizer actually available. We are using rotary atomizer in most of the plant, pressure nozzle or rotary atomizer. These two are actually very much popular, and we are actually see in different plants of uh, milk drying milk plant, even in Bihar, we are using pressure nozzle or rotary nozzle, है ना। Two fluid nozzle that is not is used. Ultra, Ultrasonic nozzle, this is also being used in some parts of the country. So, but rotary atomizer or pressure nozzle, that is actually these two type of atomizer is actually mostly used in our country. And what is this is actually a specification of the pressure nozzle automation. The nozzle orifice is having diameter 0.125 mm, and the pressure of the pressure is 140 to 210 kg per centimeter square. Or you can see here cone shaped spray. You can observe here cone shaped spray, low power. This is the beauty of pressure nozzle, is that low power consumption is required when we using pressure nozzle. Large droplets particles having less than 30 micron is not possible. Large droplets, है ना, less than 30 micron is not possible, है ना. Wear and erosion, highly viscous suspended particle cannot be handled. So this is the drawback of the pressure nozzle, that it is not working well with the highly viscous, or you can say जैसे bulk butter powder भी बनता है, so we cannot use this nozzle for the butter powder, or even we can not use even in the cheese powder. So clogging is also one of the drawback of the pressure nozzle, है ना. So this is about the pressure nozzle atomizer. Another one is that rotary or centrifugal disc automation. So you can see here that this type of atomizer is actually situated in Barauni Dairy, even in Patna Dairy project. Hana. They are actually rotate 6,000 to 20,000 RPM. Umbrella shaped spray, umbrella shaped spray. You can say here umbrella shaped spray. And what is the advantage of rotary atomizer? So these are actually very much easy to operate the machine because it has great flexibility. So great flexibility and easy operation is one of the major advantages of these rotary atomizers. Low pressure feed system. There is no blockage problem in the case of rotary or centrifugal disc automation. Handling of abrasive feeds, we can handle even the abrasive feeds also. We can also utilize this one for the viscous product also. Ease of droplet control through the wheel speed adjustment. So this is the advantage of rotary centrifugal disc, and we can also see the limitation of the different atomizer. So produce large quantity of fine droplets, which can result in pollution control problems. So because by these methods, we are getting the very small fine particles. They are not getting the specificity in such a level so that they can be grounded on the surface or they may be collected. So they are actually goes with the air. So this cause a problem. This cause a problems of pollutions. They are not very well for the ecosystems. So this is the one drawback. And another one is that it has high capital cost. So they required huge investment for the installation of this type of atomizer, very expensive to maintain. So they are always required maintenance, and the expenses of maintenance is quite high in the case of this atomizer. Now consider the two fluid nozzle atomizer. This is actually also in different plants of the country. They are also use this type of two fluid nozzle automation. So liquid feedstock and compressed air are combined in a two fluid nozzle. The design utilizes energy of compressed gas to atomize the liquids. So in this case, air pressure is generally 250 psi to about 10,000 psi. What are the advantages with this atomization? So advantage, they are also produce very fine particles. They can also atomize very viscous feeds like butter or cheeses. We can use even for the ice cream. But these are but one of the drawback is that they are required huge investment. That is more expensive. This type of automation is very expensive. So another recent technique for automation is using ultrasonic nozzle automation. Ultrasonic energy, in which ultrasonic energy is actually used to form droplets. Liquid is placed on a rapidly vibrating surface at ultrasonic frequencies. At sufficiently high altitude, the liquid spreads become unstable and collapse, resulting in formation of fine droplets. So you should keep in mind at specifically a high altitude, the liquid spread becomes unstable and collapses, resulting in formation of very fine droplets. These devices are excellent for droplets below 5 microns. So this type of automation or this type of devices is very much useful for the droplets having size less than 50 microns. So these are the different type of atomizer. We have already discussed the pressure nozzle. We have already discussed the pressure nozzle, then rotary centrifugal disc, We have already discussed the different advantages or limitations. We have also discussed two fluid nozzle automations, and that is last one, ultrasonic nozzle automation. That is very much useful for the droplets having size less than 50 microns. So these are the things. So here you can see the different type of drying chambers. Here we can see air and product are in contact with few seconds, even less than 10 seconds. The chamber is actually made up of stainless steel, so there is no crevice, because crevice encourages the accumulation of the milk solids, and they are actually causes contamination to the product. Then the quality of the product may be poor, so the surface must be smooth, no any crevices, and easy to clean and easy even to CIP cleaning. है ना? So chamber, that is why we are always recommended stainless steel, because it is easy to clean, easy to maintain, and the surface is also smooth of stainless steel, designed based on feed, atomizer, and output. Here we can say here in product in both are actually mixed, and atomizer is actually spread the milk droplets into fine droplets, and air product or product cut. Here we can see here another one. Here we can see, Anna. So this way we can actually design the atomizers. Power separation, powder separation. Sorry, powder separation. There is also there is a one unit, that is powder separation unit. So air will be removed from the center of the cone. That is used by the means of cyclone. The cyclone is actually used for removing the air from the center of the cone. A powder form on the bottom, that is actually removed by conveying cool layers. Fluidized bed is also placed at the bottom to collect, remove further moisture and cool the powder. Fine particle will be collected in cyclone separator. Fine particle will also collected in a cyclone separator. Another one is fluidized bed drying. We will discuss in fluidized bed drying. You already hear the name. That is actually best suited for the grains, for drying of the grains, vegetables, and some fruits also. This is fluidized beds having the high heat transfer. They are actually economical, and no mechanical parts. It has low maintenance cost, and rapid mixing in bed. That is isothermal condition is actually required. This is the different type of fluidized bed drying. You will see the typical picture. Fluidized bed drying, they may be vibrated fluid bed, they may be fluid bed granulation, aspirated bed, mechanical agitated fluid bed, centrifugal fluid bed, and fluidized spray dryer. Now we will discuss this one. We'll discuss next in the next class. I just see you the another. This one. This is actually also we have to discuss. This is the pattern of a spray drying. So here we can see that co-current, counter current, and mixed flow. These three pattern is actually we are actually used in the industry. This is co-current. So the air or the fluid remain comes into the same direction. This you can see in the same direction. This is co-current. Here atomizer, the food air inlet comes and airflow in the same direction. This is the co-current. Counter current is that is the food and atomizer both are in opposite direction. Mixed means there may be counter or co-current to mix. This is the typical picture of the different pattern of spraying system. So this is the air inlet. You can see here this is comes in this direction. This is comes in the counter current. So this is the different type of, and this is the fluidized bed dryer. When I was working at NDRA Karnal, and we are actually using the fluidized bed dryer for making the ready to eat kheer mix powder. Ready to eat kheer mix powder. So we are actually critically moving at Faridabad. We are just concentrating the mill, and after concentration of the process of making of kheer mix powder, partial step we are actually done at Faridabad. So fluidized bed dryer, we can see here the average size, particle size 20 micrometer to 10 millimeter. Here we can see here that just grain is actually coming from this direction. So we are actually, first of all, we are actually partial boil the rice, and after boiling, partial boiling, not full boil, just partial boiling of rice, then that rice is actually sent through this one, and then the hot air is actually comes from this side. The grain is actually vibrating, they are actually exposed to the atmosphere, and in between they are actually vibrating, and after some time they become dry, and they are actually, you can see a milk powder and a steam. This is the steam, and hot air you can see, and cold air. So just I am telling you, Joe, what I have done at Faridabad. Just we are actually partially cook the rice, and that rice just partial drying of the rice. They are actually that is actually transferred into the fluidized bed dryer. There is a space. They are actually vibrating, and after some time the moisture becomes less than 15%. So they are actually dried, and they are actually collected, and they actually packed in a small pouches, and that small pouches kept in the kheer mix powder. So that is this way. That is fluidized bed dryer is actually used in the dairy industry. You can see here that fluidized bed dryer is actually used for peas, drying of the peas, grains, herbs, instant coffee powder, extruded foods, or even use vegetables. They are used also for the drying of the vegetables. So this is also one of the superheated steam dryer. We are also using this one. So in this case, we are actually we can actually maintain the nutritive value of the product, because there is no burning is reported in such type of drying. This is actually drying for pulp products, so mango pulp or there the quality, high quality dry product. There is a uniform and rapid drying, and we can actually save 50% of energy by use this technique. So simply this is the dryer, and this is the wet product in, and this is saturated steam, and product is actually comes out from this one. And you can see here that superheated steam is actually generated through, and this is actually passed and then comes into the dryer, and this is actually recirculated and recompressed, and steam compressed are actually condensate is actually removed from this side. So this is actually not in used, not frequently used in our country. And so fluidized bed dryer, this is up to spray drying, drum drying, and fluidized bed dryer. These three are actually very much common for drying the even the milk, grains, or there are so many things we are actually used. Have you any query? You can ask. कुछ पूछना नहीं है? तो ठीक है राजकुमार.
ठीक है सर.
In next class we will discuss about the different type of effect of drawing on the physicochemical properties of the